Oswego County declared a state of emergency Tuesday afternoon due to whiteout conditions for the third day in a row from a lake effect storm. Oswego County Legislature Chairman James Weatherup said highways crews are working to keep the roads clean, but the continued lake effect snow and whiteout conditions are making it difficult.
So I guess this is just...
The Oswego County Sheriff Don Hilton issued a travel advisory until further notice because of the freezing temperatures, high winds, whiteout conditions, and lake effect snow. The advisory doesn't ban travel, but travel is not suggested. People are being advised to stay home and check in on neighbors to make sure everyone is doing okay. If you must go out, make sure your emergency car kit is up to date and carry a charged cellular phone and water with you, Emergency Management Director Kathleen Palmateso said. The city of Fulton and Village of Mexico have issued snow emergencies advising drivers not to travel. The city of Oswego, towns of Mexico, and Parish have declared local states of emergency. Cars parked on roads within these municipalities may be towed, county officials said. The Emergency Management Office is suggesting people park in snow emergency parking lots. The village of Phoenix and town of Schroeppel have also issued parking bans during the storm. Cars parked on village or town roads may be ticketed or towed. The village of Hannibal is also urging no unnecessary travel. Mayor Ron Greenleaf said there are whiteout conditions and village offices are closed Tuesday. Oswego County offices and the town of Schroeppel Municipal Building are also closed Tuesday. Brutal wind chills are expected across central New York as a strong winter storm continues to bear down on the region. Wind chills are expected to be as low as -20 degrees, according to an advisory from the National Weather Service. Winds are forecasted to between 15 and 25 miles per hour, with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Syracuse could see 5 to 9 inches of new snow today and tonight. Farther north, a narrow section of southern Oswego and northern Cayuga counties could get 20 inches. Oswego County is grappling with a critical shortage of road salt as relentless lake effect snow continues to batter the region. The county, accustomed to handling heavy snowfall, faced a significant test on Friday when a fresh wave of snow challenged both residents and plow drivers. Sean Walker, Oswego County Highway Superintendent, said, "We've been waiting for like 3 weeks for 3,000 tons of salt. We finally got some yesterday, and it will probably get us through this weekend if it keeps up the way it is." The situation worsened when the roof of one of the county's 3 salt sheds collapsed under the weight of rain and snow. Crews worked late into the night to salvage and distribute the salt. "We saved every grain of salt," Walker said. "We went in there and hauled it all up. We worked until 10:30 to 11 o'clock Thursday night doing it, and they finished the job. Then they came back in again at 6:30 Friday morning." Residents are hopeful that the recent salt delivery will improve road conditions. George Rodriguez, an Oswego neighbor, expressed concern about the icy roads, saying, "It's very slippery out there. Once it gets to ice, you might as well leave the snow on top of it because if not, somebody is going to hurt themselves." Drew Martin, a neighbor from Phoenix, remarked on the irony of the situation. "We kind of gave up on it. I know that it's ironic that the Salt City has run out of salt, but it's kind of surprising it has been to the degree it has been," he said. Walker remains hopeful for a break in the weather. "Yeah, I would like the snow to take a break and let us catch our breath and let everyone get some sleep because we are working 12 to 14-hour days around the clock, and I got 2 shifts, and they're both working 12 to 14-hour days," he said. Meanwhile, the roof of a wire plant in Oswego County collapsed this morning, firefighters said. Only a few hours later, fighters rushed to another roof collapse at a church. Oswego County has been hit with heavy lake effect snow for days that's dumped several feet of snow in many areas. The roof of the Omega wire plant at 572 State Route 13 collapsed this morning, said Marjorie Hastings, who worked at the plant for 21 years before retiring in 2008. Hastings was not at the plant during the collapse.
Here we are in Altmar.
The employees inside said they could hear the roof cracking and were told to leave the building, she said. The entire building went down, Williamstown firefighters said. The roof collapsed as the morning and night shift were switching, Hastings said. She was told no one was hurt, and everyone was able to get out, she said.
Holy shit.
As Syracuse.com, the Post-Standard spoke with firefighters around 4 p.m., there was another collapse. This time at a church, firefighters said.
Fucking white out.
The roof of Ranch of Hope Community Church at 528 State Route 13 partially collapsed on its side, according to Oswego County 911 dispatchers. The church is only a 2-minute walk from Omega Wire. No one was inside the church during the collapse, Pastor Kevin Donahue said. The church was planning to have the roof cleaned off on Monday, but the weather got so bad they had to wait, he said. We were just praying and hoping that it would make it through all this snow until we got up there to get it off, Donahue said. The roof collapsed into the center of the building, and it caved in half of the fellowship hall, he said. The church usually holds a soup kitchen in the fellowship hall on Wednesday. Earlier today, the church had invited the employees at Omega Wire to attend the soup kitchen. Now the church doesn't know when it'll be able to have the soup kitchen or services in the attached sanctuary. The church's insurance policy ended a few months ago, Donahue said. They don't know when they'll be able to repair the fellowship hall, but they've been supported by the town as the snowstorm continues, he said. Oswego County is currently under a state of emergency due to heavy snows, freezing temperatures, and high winds. Whiteout conditions have left driving treacherous in many areas. We've been praying for the safety of everybody, Donahue said. I'm grateful that, to have the 2 roofs that collapsed in Williamstown and nobody got injured. Praise God for that. The National Weather Service has called off lake effect snow warnings for all but a few counties on the southwest shore of Lake Ontario. There's still plenty of digging out to be done. Oswego County, which saw the biggest snow totals over the past week, remains under a travel advisory today. Most roads are passable but extremely icy, the Oswego County Sheriff's Office said. DPW crews will be out cutting back banks for several days. Please allow them room to operate safely. A shift in the winds means that we're not getting hammered by snow from the other, larger Great Lakes anymore. That multi-lake connection, which dragged moisture more than 600 miles away in Lake Superior, was the reason the snow was so intense and long-lasting. The winds were so intense they blew lake-effect snow nearly to Boston. Light snow could still fall Thursday. Friday and Saturday will be cold, but mostly snow-free. Forecasters are watching for a pair of storm systems that could hit early next week. That could bring more snow, but air in the upper atmosphere could be warm enough by then for rain to fall. Stay tuned, the Weather Service said.